Welcome back to Miniature Game Montage and the continuation of our Warhammer 40k crusade between the Dark Angels and the Necrons. After the battle and upon returning to command, it was found that communications with the fleet have been problematic, almost as if they are being blocked. The Talon Master, who was involved in the previous battle, was told that the Servants of Chaos have many ways to disguise themselves and not to abandon his cause so quickly. An industrial complex in the sector may hold a link to these machines and potentially restore communications with the ship. Before we get into the mission, however, let's look at how both forces have changed. The Necrons won the previous meeting and all units gain an XP for their participation in the battle. The Scarabs, Wraiths, and Tombblades were destroyed, but successfully passed their injury rolls, returning them to the field as normal. Units gaining 3 additional XP for Marked for Greatness are the Cryptek and the Scorpek Destroyers. Remember, the victory from last game allowed them to mark 1 additional unit for greatness. The Scorpek Destroyers also received an additional 2 XP for their secret agenda, Reaper. This will allow them to ascend in rank and become blooded, which allows them to unlock a battle honor. The battle honor chosen is Grizzled. Each time a model in the unit would take a wound, roll a d6, and on a 6, the wound is not lost. Now, since we did not use a requisition point last time to assign a warlord trait, we did do that this time for free, as you get the requisition point back after each battle, and you can only have a max of 5. The Necrons spent 2 additional requisition points to increase their force to 1,200 points. A quick note that we are playing with points instead of power levels for some additional granularity. The Necrons have added a Scorpek Lord and Canoptic Reanimator to their order of battle. Those are being painted, so maybe we'll see them in the future. The Necrons will depart for battle with a patrol detachment led by a Cryptek, a group of warriors with the Scorpek Destroyers, and 3 regular destroyers for a total of 490 points. Over for the Dark Angels, each battle participant gained an XP and injury dice rolls were successful. The Talon Master was marked for greatness, gaining 3 XP and also gained an additional 4 for his secret agenda, Survivor. His rank ascends to Blooded, and he will take the Elite Crew skill, which allows rerolls of 1s to hit. 2 requisition points were used to increase their supply limit to 1,200. The Warlord trait assigned is Stubborn Tenacity, and the ship has sent down some Deathwing Knights by Deep Strike, due to no communications coming back from Ground HQ. Today, the Dark Angels depart for battle with their Talon Master, 2 Intercessor squads, and a Ravenwing Bike squad, 500 points on the nose. The mission will be supply drop. The Dark Angels have identified a manufacturing and supply depot in the area. Their hope is this will be the key to where the machines are being produced or developed, and potentially restore communications to their ship. 3 objective markers will be placed, starting with the Necrons, who are our attackers today. The first marker will be wholly within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield. The others will be placed anywhere on the battlefield 6 inches from a board edge and 9 inches from another marker. At the start of the 4th battle round, a random objective will be removed. The same will happen on the 5th. The remaining objective represents something of importance, potentially a key to restoring communications or solving this mystery. The winner will be determined by victory points. VP is obtained in the command phase by the number of objectives you control and the battle round. In rounds 2 and 3, the objectives are 10 victory points. In rounds 4, they are 15 victory points, and round 5, 30 victory points. You do not score in the first round. The victor of today's battle will receive 2 requisition points instead of just 1. Let's get started. Starting with the Dark Angels on turn 1, we're going to see the first Intercessor squad. They're going to make a move at 6 inches, getting over this pipe. And then we are going to see the second Intercessor squad. They are going to move up as well and go ahead and deploy a Vox Relay onto this objective. We think you can do that and move, so that's the way that we are playing it. So both these Intercessor squads are moving up. And then we are going to see the Ravenwing. They are going to make a move to draw line of sight to the Destroyers. And then we will follow up with the Talon Master, who is going to move forward as well, also drawing line of sight to the Destroyers and giving his reroll bubble. And this is what the Dark Angels look like at the end of the movement phase with no psychers on the board. We're going to go right into the shooting phase, and this second Intercessor squad is going to eye down those destroyers. They are within half range due to Relentless Hunt, so getting Bolter Discipline, rolling out 10 dice. They hit on 3s. They will get 6 hits that go through, and then needing 5s to wound here, they are going to get 4 wounds that go through, and 4-up saves will be taken at AP -1, and it looks like 2 of those are going to fail, so 2 wounds going on to a destroyer. We're then going to see the next Intercessor squad open up, and they are going to play a stratagem here. Steady Advance will be played, so they will act as if they haven't moved. That will give them Bolter Discipline, so 10 dice are going to roll out. They are going to get 8 hits on 3s. They will get to re-roll some 1s here due to counting as not being moved, so 8 hits in total, and then they're going to roll out needing 5s, and they are going to get 5 wounds to go through. They do get to re-roll the 1s due to the Talon Master being close by, and that is going to be a total of 5 wounds. We are going to take 4-up armor saves here at AP -1. Only 1 is going to fail. We did command point re-roll this off camera, and it was successful, so no wound going through. The Raven Wing are going to activate next and focus fire on those destroyers. They're going to get 12 shots coming out of their bolters with Bolter Discipline, and they're going to get 9 hits that go through. Re-rolling these 1s here to wound, and they are going to get a total of 3 wounds, needing 5s. And there's going to be 2 failed saves here, so there will be 2 damage that go into a destroyer that will kill 1, and then there will be 1 with 2 wounds remaining. The attack bike will then fire with the bolters in orange and the heavy bolter in blue, needing 3s. Going to get 4 hits here, and then needing 4s on the blue, needing 5s on the orange. We're going to get a few wounds that go through. Armor save, even with Devastator Doctrine, they're going to be fine. So no additional wounds going through here. The Talon Master is going to have to take aim at these guys and fire as well. He's going to get a total of 18 shots that come out between his heavy bolter as well as the assault cannon. He is going to get 12 hits that go through. And then the wound rolls are going to come out, needing 3s on the orange and 4s on the blues. And we are going to re-roll some 1s here. In total, there's going to be 9 wounds that go through. So an excellent wound roll coming out of the Talon Master. Saves are going to be taken. Devastator Doctrine is active, and it looks like I'm going to fail 4 of those. That's going to be 4 damage. That is going to cut down another Devastator, and there will be 1 wound left on the last Devastator. So the Dark Angels came out turn 1, dumped all their fire into the Devastators, knowing what those guys can do. I used a command point reroll, and that is what has ended up saving that unit. We've got some reanimation protocols coming up and potentially bringing some of those destroyers back into the game. And we're flipping over to the Necrons for turn 1. So the Necrons will harvest a command point, and they are going to do reanimation protocols, bring in one of the destroyers back. We will see the Scorpack destroyers then make a move up the center of the board, eyeing down charge options between the Raven Wing or the Talon Master. We are then going to see this Necron Warrior squad. They are going to move forward as well, and they are going to occupy this objective. The Cryptek will move next, and he is just going to tuck back behind these destroyers. And this is a look at the Necrons at the end of the movement phase with no psychers on the board. We are going to the shooting phase. The Necron Warriors are going to eye down the Raven Wing. They are going to get, 1 is in rapid fire range, but only 3 warriors able to shoot. They will hit on 3s. We'll see 2 of these go through, and then rolling these 2 to wound, needing 5s. So there is going to be a wound that goes through, and a 3-up armor save will be taken. And that is going to be failed, so that is going to be a wound going onto the Raven Wing bikes. We are then going to see the Necron Destroyers. They are going to target the Talon Master. They are playing Extermination Protocols. Dark Angels playing High Speed Focus, giving them a 4-up Jink. All of these are going to hit, just needing 3s, and then we're going to roll these out again. Can re-roll the 1s, and only 1 is going to miss. So AP -3 is not going to matter. It's going to be a 4-up Jink save, and it looks like 3 of these are going to fail. So Dark Angels player might be in trouble here. He is going to re-roll these out again for Stubborn Tenacity, and on a 6, he's going to ignore the wound. He does ignore 1 of these. It's going to be D3. The first one is going to be a 3. The second one is a 2. 5 total damage. It has 6 wounds on it, so it is going to stay alive. And then the Scorpic Destroyers announcing a charge into the Talon Master, needing a 9. It fails. They're going to command reroll this and fail again. So the Talon Master is going to stay on the board. This brings us to the end of turn 1. Devastators were taken down to 1. They reanimated 1 back. Almost took down the Talon Master, almost eliminated themselves. Scorpic Destroyers moving up the center of the board, failed a charge. The Necron Warriors moving on top of an objective, laying down some fire against the Ravenwing, but no units eliminated in the first turn. So some very close calls on both sides, but we are going to move into turn 2, back to the Dark Angels coming up. Dark Angels turn 2, they are going to pick up 20 victory points, 1 for controlling the objective near their deployment zone, and the Talon Master is actually within striking distance of the middle. We are then going to see the Talon Master make a move, and he is going to move here towards the edge of the board, bringing guns to bear against those destroyers. The second Intercessor squad is going to move forward, and then the first Intercessor squad is going to move over to that objective previously occupied by the others, just so they can move a little further out of range of those Scorpic Destroyers, obviously not wanting to get charged by those guys. Next up, you're going to see the Ravenwing. They're going to do something similar, where they are going to ride around to take positions, looking at those Necron Warriors, and also pulling out of range of those Scorpic Destroyers. And at the end of the movement phase, with no Psykers on the board, we are going into the shooting phase. And the Talon Master is going to lead us off. He is going to target those destroyers again. He is going to get 18 shots between his heavy bolter as well as his assault cannon, needing 3s to hit here. And he is going to get a whopping 12 hits. He can re-roll the 1s. Wound rolls are coming out, and he's going to get to re-roll some 1s here as well. It is going to be a total of 8 wounds that are going through on the destroyers. So saves are going to be taken, and there's going to be 5 failed saves here, which is going to be 5 damage. We are going to do a command point re-roll to see if we can stop that last one, just trying to soak some more fire into these guys. It does fail, and those destroyers are going to be removed from play. Next up, the second Intercessor squad, they will target the Scorpic Destroyers with their bolt rifles, and they're going to let loose with 10 shots, playing steady advance here, and they are going to get 8 hits. Rolling those out, they are going to get 3 wounds, re-rolling 1s here due to being within range of the Talon Master. That will not convert. It is AP -2 due to Tactical Doctrine, and that is going to be 3 failed saves. We're going to roll out the Grizzled for the Scorpic Destroyers, needing a 6. They fail, so 1 goes down. The second Intercessor squad is going to fire into them as well, not getting Bolter Discipline because they are outside of half range. 5 shots from the bolt rifles will find 4 hits, and then the wound rolls coming out. There will be 2 wounds going in. Armor saves will be taken. 1 will be good. We are going to take that 6-up Grizzled save on these guys. That is going to fail, so 1 more wound going on to the Scorpic Destroyers. Moving over to the Ravenwing, they're going to shoot these warriors that are out in the open. They're going to rip 12 shots with Bolter Discipline, and they're going to get 9 of these that are going to hit on 3s, and rolls to wound come out. They are going to get 4 wounds that go through, just needing 4s here, and then armor saves, Tactical Doctrine coming into play here. There will be 1 failed save, 1 Necron Warrior removed. We will then see the attack bike shoot as well, and he is going to let loose with 7 shots. He does have a heavy bolter in there in blue, again needing 3s. He is going to get 4 hits. That is going to convert to 3 wounds, just needing 3s on the blue dice, 4s on the orange. There will be 3 failed armor saves here, and 3 more Necron Warriors will go down. Total of 4 on those attacks, and that's going to bring us to the end of the Dark Angel turn. So this is not going how I expected it to go based on the first time these two met in this in the previous battle report. I really thought I would just march up the field with my Scorpic Destroyers and just start throwing haymakers, and to my surprise, the Dark Angels, these Primaris Marines, they have really changed the game a little bit, and this is going to be an uphill battle for the Necrons from this point out. And we're going to flip over to the Necrons. Bottom 2, they're going to get 10 victory points for controlling the objective here. Reanimation protocol's going out. We do re-roll this 1. Only 2 are going to reanimate. Another one here on the Scorpic Destroyers will fail, and we're going to go right into the movement phase. We're going to see these Necron Warriors. They are going to move up to get into rapid fire range against the Ravenwing bikes here. And then we are going to see the Scorpec destroyers. They are going to make their standard move of 8 inches toward the Primaris intercessors. And then the Cryptek is going to make a move up, no guts, no glory, going to challenge the Talon Master. And we are going to open up the shooting phase, and the Necron Warriors are going to unload 16 shots, rapid fire, needing 3s to hit against these Ravenwing bikes. They're going to sink 12 shots into them. Rolling these out, needing 5s, and they are going to get 4 wounds that go through. AP -1, 4 up saves taken, and only 1 is going to fail. We're going to command point re-roll this, and still fails, trying to keep a bike alive. That's not going to happen. Then we're going to see the Cryptek. He is going to aim his Staff of Light at the Talon Master. 3 shots coming out, and it looks like he's going to get 2 hits that go through here. Needing 5s to wound against the Talon Master, he does get a wound, and it's AP -3, so a 6-up save coming out is failed. Stubborn Tenacity roll coming out for the Talon Master, needing a 6, and it is a 6. He's going to stay alive. Holy cow. And then we're going to see the Scorpec destroyers. They're going to announce a charge into the intercessors. They're actually going to fail here, so we're going to have to command point re-roll this. Need a 6 to get into engagement range, and that's exactly what they roll on the nose. They're moving in. The Cryptek is going to announce a charge into the Talon Master, and he is easily going to make it in here. No Overwatch taking place. And then we're going to move into the fight phase, where the Scorpec Destroyers are going to strike out against the Primaris Intercessors. They are going to get 4 attacks each, and they are hitting on 3s. They get to re-roll 1s due to Hardwired Hatred. And out of their 8 attacks, they're going to land 6 of them. And just rolling these out again, needing 3s here again, and that's going to be 4 wounds on these guys. And when we roll out the saves, this AP -3, these are all going to fail. That's going to be 2 damage each, so 4 Marines cut down. The Cryptek is then going to strike with his Staff of Light at the Talon Master. He does manage to get a hit, rolling that back out to wound, and he needs 5s. That is going to miss, however. We are then going to see the Primaris Intercessors. He is going to swing back here, and it's not going to be very good. 3 attacks. He is going to get a few hits here, but he is going to need 5s to wound due to the increased toughness. He is going to get 1 wound that goes through, 3-up save being taken by the Scorpec Destroyers. That is easily passed. And then the Talon Master is going to strike with his sword and getting 4 attacks here. Hitting on 2s, all of those go through, then rolling out to wound, he does need 4s, getting to re-roll 1s on these, and it looks like 2 wounds are going to go through. This is going to cut right through the armor and put 2 wounds onto the Cryptek, bringing us to the end of turn 2. We did take morale here for the Primaris Intercessors, and they are good. So the Dark Angels are currently up 20-10. Command points running low for each side. Necrons still on an objective here. The Dark Angels on an objective on the other side. I thought the Necrons were out of it, but now that the Scorpec Destroyers have made their way across the board and gotten into combat, things seem to be evening back out. So top of 3 coming up. And the Dark Angels will score 10 victory points here to extend their lead 30-10. We're going to see this Intercessor squad do a flee right here. The Talon Master is going to play a stratagem called Intractable, allowing him to break out of combat and still give him permission to shoot and charge. The Ravenwing are going to make a move around as well. It looks like everything for the Dark Angels is going to line up shots against the Scorpec Destroyers because they're the biggest threat on the battlefield right now. The first Intercessor squad will line up 10 shots with their bolt rifles. They are in rapid fire range, letting loose on those 10 shots, and they are going to get 7 hits. They will get to re-roll 1s because they did not move. Total of 7 hits going through, and that is going to convert to 1 wound only. They will get to re-roll the 1s here due to the Talon Master's proximity, and that is actually going to turn into 2 total wounds. Saves are now coming out, and they are going to be good. So Scorpec Destroyers staying up. Everything is good. 2 6s. Talon Master will be up next. He is going to shoot all 18 of his shots into the Scorpec Destroyers. again needing 3s. He is going to get to re-roll the 1s here due to his Crusade ability. He's going to get 13 total hits, and that is going to convert into 9 wounds from the Assault Cannon and the Heavy Bolter. So Scorpack Destroyers will have their work cut out for them on these saves coming up. Factoring in the AP, they're going to fail 3 of these. That is going to kill 1 destroyer, and that is going to take another down to 2 wounds. We did roll for Grizzled off camera, didn't work. Ravenwing are up next. They have 15 shots coming from their bolters and the attack bike with his heavy bolter and his bolters. 7 of those hits are going to go through. That is going to cause 3 wounds onto the Scorpack Destroyers. We're going to roll up 2 saves from the bolters, and both are good. And then we're going to roll 1 for the heavy bolter, and it is going to fail. He is going to go down to 1 wound remaining. And we did roll for Grizzled again. It did not work, needing 6s. And then I think we break a rule here, but that's okay because we are just having fun. We're going to roll some charges. And I think if an infantry unit fires rapid fire, they can't charge. We went ahead and rolled this up anyway because I kind of know the way the game is going. The Intercessor Squad makes it in. The Talon Master obviously had his option of charges here. Could have went into the Scorpack Destroyers, but decided to go into the Cryptek. And then the Raven Wing are going to roll up some charges here, and they are also going to make it in to the Necron Warriors. So charges going off across the board. Again, may have broken that rule, but I don't think it's really going to swing the game that much just based on how things were going. The Intercessor Squad is going to swing with 11 swings. They're going to get 8 hits. 6 wounds are going to go through, needing 5s. Sun just rolled out of the box on this. Do get to re-roll 1s due to the Talon Master's proximity, and then I am forced to take a lot of 3-up saves here, 3-up armor saves. And I'm going to end up failing one of these, and he has 1 wound remaining, so he is going to get cut down. Moving over to the Talon Master, he's going to attack with 4 attacks from his sword, hitting on 2s. All 4 of these are going to go through. That is going to cause 3 wounds, and I'm going to roll some saves here, but it's AP -3, so I don't even think he gets any, and the Cryptek has been wiped out as well. Moving over to the Raven Wing on their charge, I'm going to roll the attack bike and everything together, but they're going to get 5 total swings here, needing 3s, and they're going to get 3 hits that go through, needing 4s to wound. They're going to get 3 wounds, and all of the saves from the Necron Warriors will be failed, so that will be 3 Necron Warriors removed. They will end up swinging back in this melee and get 5 swings of their own. They're going to connect with 4 of these on 3s, and then that is going to convert to 2 wounds, needing 4s, and my son is going to roll some saves here, and oddly enough, this is going to end up taking down a bike. So that is going to be the end of the Dark Angel's turn. We're going to flip back over to the Necrons just to do some combat here. They're going to score 10 victory points for holding this objective, but more or less conceding at this point. We roll up some dice to let these Necrons kind of fight out with the Raven Wing, and they are going to lose a few more Necron Warriors. And as we move into later turns, it's only a matter of time before these guys end up getting mopped up. So we are going to go ahead and call this game as a Dark Angels victory. They rebounded quite well from the first game that these two played. I think the win for them fits very well from a narrative perspective because they were here to get something of importance to help drive the story forward. So I was really happy to see them come away with a victory. Dice rolls were really good today. And the Primaris Marines really did a good job just kind of switching things up, holding objectives, laying down fire. Overall, we had a lot of fun with this game and really look forward to bringing some additional content in the future. So it will be a Dark Angels victory for this one. They're going to earn 2 requisition points for this battle, and we are going to flip over to the post game and discuss any injuries or anything else that may come out of this and discuss what's coming up next. Alright, the Dark Angels come away with a victory today against the Necrons, and we hope you enjoyed the battle report. We'll have to see how this win fits into our narrative moving forward. There's obviously a lot going on right now with new codices and rules, but keep in mind that we do play casually, and we will adapt and try to incorporate all these changes as we can. As always, if you catch any errors, feel free to correct us in the comments so we can improve. We have a lot more coming, and we're really excited about it. In the post game here, the Dark Angels did not experience any losses today. All units will gain 1 XP, with the 2nd Intercessor Squad gaining a total of 6 XP and becoming blooded. The additional XP comes from 3 for being marked for greatness, and 2 for their secret agenda, Deploy Vox Relays. The Battle Honored Chosen will be veteran warriors, allowing them to reroll 1s to hit. The Talon Master gained an additional XP for Dealers of Death, which is received for every 3rd unit destroyed. The Necrons did not experience any injuries, and all units will gain 1 XP for their participation. The Destroyers will be marked for greatness. The game had a few key plays, and we'll start with the Destroyers. After surviving the onslaught of firepower in the opening turn, they were 1 wound away from taking out the Talon Master, and almost getting taken out themselves on that initial turn. If this was achieved, I think the game could have been different. The Dark Angels did well to prioritize targets and take them down using some key stratagems. We're very excited about growing these armies and continuing this crusade into 9th edition. If you would like to see more, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.